back to my channel. My name is Ruan, and I am a classical pianist who loves to share anything and everything to do with being a music student, the life of a musician, and practice tips, all of that jazz. So if you're interested, be sure to subscribe to follow for more content. This is episode 2 of my 8th grade tour vlog series that I've been making to catalog the behind the scenes of my travels across Canada as I embark on my cross-country tour. I've been bringing a program of fun, innovative, inspiring, mostly modern music across Canada. Episode 2 takes us to Calgary and my home city of Vancouver. It was a very hectic weekend. On October 25th, I finished recording my pre-screen. October 26th, I flew to Calgary. Good morning. I am heading to the airport via SkyTrain. Time for Calgary. Where stayed with one of my good friends from back in my Juilliard days, now currently in the violin section at the Calgary Phil. He was very gracious enough to host me while I was there. Good morning. It is October 28th, day of concert. Oh wait, no, it's 27th, the day of the concert in Calgary. And it's 8:15 right now. Gonna quickly grab a cup of coffee head off to rehearsal. I began to have my sound check, tried the piano, rehearsed. It's such a beautiful hall, the Rosé Hall, and it's actually the Ecogrammaté Hall. Just finished sound check. It's a beautiful hall and a beautiful piano, so it's gonna be no problem. I'm a bit jittery from caffeine, so I just need chill out. So I woke up at like 6:45 this morning. Well, I was awake before then, but by the time I checked the time, it was 6:45, which is in Calgary and which is like 5:45 in Vancouver. I think part of me is kind of anxious about this concert because, you know, I've been focused on recording for pre-screen and the repertoire is completely different. Also, Vince Ho is going to be here today. He's the composer of Joker, which is the last piece in the program. I'm going to meet up with him after the masterclass for a little meet and greet, get some feedback on his piece. I kind of over-caffeinated myself. Hopefully the jitters will be out of my system. Brush off the low-key abuse. But I have to say, the headset they have feels a little bit insecure because it's just like it loops around your ear and then it just goes like this. There's like the ones I have goes like behind my head, and if it falls, I will pick it up, I guess. It's fine. The field lay before me, muddy craters filled with puddles. I really loved the venue and it was a lot of fun. The piano was beautiful as well. I had a little bit of a malfunction with my microphone during the Rita Ueda piece where I'm speaking and playing at the same time. I used the mics they gave me, which attached only to one ear. And I think because I had earrings and stuff on, it kept falling while I spoke, so sometimes the softer things that I was saying didn't really get hurt, so that kind of lost effect, unfortunately. But after the concert, it was really lovely to meet a lot of the local musicians, professors, students, and also Vince. I then had a little break, grabbed lunch on campus. It was my first masterclass I was teaching properly on this tour, and it was so much fun. And then afterwards, I packed up, said goodbye to the amazing stage crew, the staff at the theater, and I met Vincent Ho for coffee. It was so much fun and he was so nice. I unfortunately was a klutz and forgot to take photos or take a selfie with him to document our meeting. Literally the worst vlogger ever, because I never remember to vlog until I'm alone and not doing anything. But I'm home, I'm finished. Just talked with Vince, he's like the nicest guy, and very inspiring. He gave me a lot of good career advice, tips. No, I really, what a nice, it's been such a nice day. Afterwards, I celebrated with Chang'a back at her home, and I'm terrible at. And then remembering to, the next day I caught like I think my flight was like 6:45 a.m. off to the airport. So I left at 4:50 for the airport. I was so tired. Like I feel like I just didn't get enough sleep those 2 nights. And upon arriving in Vancouver at like 7:30 a.m., I went straight to UBC because I had studio class and lessons that day, and I really didn't want to miss another lesson. Right back at school. We'll do some practice. Because I don't get too many lessons these days because I'm away all the time, so I really cherish my time with my teacher. My plan was to practice really hard for my lesson for like 4 hours, but I was just so out of it. I finally decided to get myself strongly caffeinated and hope that helped, but then I inevitably had a huge crash later. I'm finally home after a super long day. I like smashed and ripped off most of my thumbnails, like literal thumbnails, while playing Joker and Liggity in studio class. Kind of painful, kind of still more painful now that the adrenaline has worn off and caffeine also crashed. Then I had my lesson, got roasted for Rock 2, waited on the bus that their door was malfunctioning, so it wouldn't close, so then I had to switch to another bus, so it took like even longer than usual to get out of UBC. Usually when I'm on the bus, I'll do some homework, watch some lectures, do my social media posting and editing and stuff like that. That was the plan. I had no brain cells left. I don't even know how I'm gonna play this concert tomorrow. So I fell asleep like, 8 p.m. or something. The next day was my concert at UBC. Good morning. Day of the concert. The thing about the program is that there is a lot of talking and vocalizing in different kind of ways, and I don't know how to use my voice in a healthy way, so kind of overdid it, and my vocal cords feel pretty fried. So I'm gonna see if there's anything I can do to help that. Probably vocal rest. I hear singers talk about that. Also, my fingers are... my right thumb is a little bit painful. There's still a little bit of blood. It's mostly when I do like full, like straight on impact. On the side is kind of okay, but if I'm playing like this, it's a little bit painful. And then the blisters. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't break and I don't bleed all over the piano, but maybe I should bring a handkerchief just in case so I don't freak people out. Just arrived at UBC. Yes, that's pretty ominous. Have my sound check now. Pull out the piano. Chill. Don't think I should play too much because my thumb is literally in pain. The small change we made this time, which I think makes it look better, is I actually went off stage to put on the microphone. I had been doing everything on stage, all of these changes, putting the microphone on, taking it off, all on stage. But Julian suggested, it's probably better if you just do it backstage. After the scare in Calgary, I was like, okay, that sounds good. Warmed up a little bit, and then the door opened, so I went backstage and put on makeup, blah blah blah. Another nerve-wracking thing about this concert was Rita Ueda was in the audience, and that was less pressuring because it wasn't the first time I played for her. She was at the competition because her piece was the commissioned work for the competition and everybody had to play it. And of course my teacher was there and many of my studio mates. So all in all, it was a lot of fun. And then I had class, film music analysis class from 1 to 3:30. I was like half an hour late, but I did tell the professor ahead of time, and she actually came to see most of my show before she had to leave a little bit early to prepare for the class. And then I just sat and did nothing for a few hours before we had our class concert, first class concert of the year. My teacher is very kind to organize a bunch of these throughout the year to give us just tons of opportunities to perform and run our new repertoire. And so this time it was a Halloween themed concert. It was hilarious. Most people showed up in costume. I, in my rush to get from one place to another, totally forgot and dropped the ball on that. But I got to play the Ligeti, Etude, L'escalier du Diable again, and The Joker by Vincent Ho. Forced everyone to celebrate with me because I was just like, I'm finally done. And yeah, it was really fun, and it marked kind of the end of my October. Calgary is a really special city to me because I spent many of my summers there as a teenager in the Morningside Music Bridge program, and so it was so lovely to be back. Not to mention Banff. I always pass through Calgary on my way to Banff Center, and such a lovely city, and of course so special to perform at home for my home people in Vancouver. So this was a very special episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!